Spasticity, stiffness, and contracture. They all feel the same. They all look the same, but they're completely different problems that require completely different treatments. If you're treating the wrong one, you could be working very hard every single day and going absolutely nowhere in your recovery. So today, I'm going to show you a simple test you can do at home to figure out exactly what you have so you can stop wasting your time on the wrong approach. And in the end, I'm going to show you what you can do instead to start making progress again. So here's what I see consistently in my work as a home health occupational therapist. I'll get a stroke survivor discharged from therapy. They're told to stretch their arm and hand every day. So they do, they feel some relief. The hand opens up a little bit and they think, okay, this is working. But weeks go by, months go by, and the hand is still closing, still tight, and still not opening when they need it to. And here's why. And most people never ever hear this. It's because stretching actually feels like it's working for spasticity, but it's not fixing anything. Stay with me to the end of this video and I'll show you exactly why and what the correct sequence actually looks like for fixing spasticity. But first, if you want to know exactly where your arm and hand are in the stroke recovery timeline, then grab my free 5-minute recovery roadmap using the link below in the description. Just 5 minutes and you'll have a clear next step based on your specific stage. Now, let's figure out what you're actually dealing with. So there are 3 things I test for, and I'm going to walk you through each one of them. Starting with spasticity, it has one very specific quality that separates it from everything else, and that it's velocity dependent. And that just means that it's triggered by the speed of movement. So think of it like a seatbelt in a car. Pull it slowly and it moves freely, but yank it fast and it locks up immediately. And that's exactly what spasticity does to your muscles. And your nervous system is the mechanism doing the locking. And now let's test it. You can try this with your unaffected hand or have a caregiver assist you. We're going to be doing 3 tests here. We're going to be working on the fingers, the forearm, and the wrist, but you can do this with any joint that you want to test. Starting with the fingers, we're going to move all those fingers quickly into extension. And if you get a catch or grab like that, then that is spasticity. That's the seatbelt locking. Now let's try it with the wrist. What I want you to do is quickly move that wrist into extension. And if you get a catch or a grab, that's spasticity. Now onto the forearm. Place your forearm on the table and we're just going to quickly rotate it up. If you feel a grab, that's spasticity. Now we're going to double check that it is spasticity by moving slowly. So if the catch significantly reduces or disappears when you're going through these movements again, then that's your confirmation that it's spasticity. And now let's test for stiffness. And here's the key difference from spasticity. Stiffness doesn't care about speed. It's there whether you move fast or you move slow. So let's take the same joints we just tested, the fingers, the wrist, and forearm, and this time we're going to move them slowly, nice and controlled. So starting with the fingers, I want you to slowly open them as flat and straight as you can. Don't force it, just move them as far as they'll go comfortably. If you feel resistance the whole way and not a sudden grab, just consistent tightness from the moment you start moving to your fingers to whenever it stops, that's stiffness. Now moving on to the wrist. We're going to slowly bend that wrist back as far as it'll go. Again, if you're experiencing tightness through the whole movement, then that is your confirmation that you're having stiffness in this joint. Now I want you to compare what you felt during the fast movement versus the slow movement. For a fast movement, if you had that catch, then that's spasticity. For a slow movement, if you have consistent tightness the whole way through, then that's stiffness. Here's the thing, most stroke survivors are having both happen at the same time. The spasticity is driving the hand closed, and because the hand is closed for so long, the muscles are starting to tighten up. So one problem is actually feeding the other. But the good news is that stiffness responds very well to stretching and positioning. And that's actually why stretching feels like it's working. Because if you have stiffness, and most stroke survivors do, stretching is doing something useful. But it's just not fixing the spasticity underneath. And that's the part that most stroke survivors miss. So the third thing we're going to be testing for today is a contracture. And this one has a very specific sign that separates it from stiffness. So take the fingers again and slowly open them up as far as they'll go, same as before. Now, this time I want you to pay attention to what the end of that range feels like. Just the point where the fingers stop moving. That stopping point is what we're testing. So once you get to that stopping point, I want you to try and pull those fingers as straight as you can. If there is a little bit of give, if it's a little bouncy, then that's just stiffness, and you should be able to open your hand up quite a bit more. But if you don't have that springy feeling, and it's like when you pull your finger straight, it's like you're hitting a brick wall and it's not going anywhere, then that's most likely a contracture. A contracture is when the tissue has physically shortened and changed structurally over time. So it's not just stiffness, it's physically shortened tissue. So go ahead and test your wrist and your forearm for contracture. But contracture is one of those conditions on this list where doing more at home without guidance can actually set you back. If you're feeling that hard wall, especially if there's any pain, please get professional help on this before you do anything aggressive, because pushing hard into a contracture thinking it will stretch out is one of the most common mistakes I see, and it can cause real damage. Now, let's get to some solutions for these problems that we've just identified. If you have that velocity-dependent catch, that's the seatbelt locking, that's spasticity. And here's what that means for your recovery. Stretching alone is not going to fix this. Your nervous system is stuck sending overactive signals after your stroke. And research shows that no amount of stretching is going to touch that. So the approach that I use that actually works starts with first calming those signals. But then we're going to position the hand correctly in the arm so that it stops fighting itself. And then we're going to work on strengthening and waking up the muscles responsible for opening the hand and extending the arm. Stretching is fine as a warm-up, especially if you have stiffness. But if stretching is your entire plan for treating your spasticity, then that's probably why you feel like you're working so hard and going nowhere. Now, if you felt consistent resistance throughout the whole movement, regardless of speed, then that is stiffness. And the good news, stiffness responds really well to stretching and positioning when done consistently. You could even try heating before you stretch to try and get some blood flow and relaxation in the muscles. And just make sure you position the arm and hand in a more open position whenever you're resting or sleeping. So if stretching has been helping you, then this is why. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do for stiffness. So here's what stroke survivors actually need to do to improve their extremity. The first thing we're going to do is stretching to reduce the stiffness. Then we're going to work on calming the nervous system with weight bearing. After that, we can move on to positioning the hand and arm in a more open position to tell the brain that it's safe in that position. And then we're going to work on strengthening the muscles on the opposite side of the spastic and tight muscles to help maintain that open position. So now that you know exactly what you're dealing with, and more importantly, what you need to do about it, if you want to take this situation further and have me assess your specific situation directly, figure out exactly what's going on, and build you a custom home exercise program and walk you through everything, then that's exactly what my Stroke Recovery Strategy Week is designed for. The link for that is in the description below if you're interested. Whether you're ready for that or not, your next step right now is this video right here. It's a 5-minute hand reset routine built specifically for tight and spastic hands. It's the practical application of everything you just learned, and it's exactly where to start today. I'll see you there.